Have you ever thought that a simple cough might be hiding something more sinister? Let's delve into the world of tuberculosis, often known as TB, a silent killer that has been overlooked for far too long. This isn't a disease confined to the dusty pages of history, but a present-day global health concern that affects millions. Every second, somewhere in the world, someone is newly infected with TB bacteria. It's a disease that doesn't discriminate, impacting every age group, every race, and every gender. Yet despite its widespread reach, it remains shrouded in misunderstanding and ignorance. Many believe it to be a thing of the past, but in reality, it continues to claim lives silently, one cough at a time. In a world where health is at the forefront of our minds, it's time we brought this silent killer into the light. So let's ask ourselves, so what exactly is this silent killer that we call tuberculosis? Tuberculosis, or TB, is a serious infectious disease that mainly affects the lungs. It's caused by a certain bacterium known as Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Now, this isn't your everyday bacteria. It's an insidious invader that can lie dormant in your body for years without causing any symptoms. Imagine someone with TB coughing or sneezing. Each droplet they expel into the air carries this bacteria, and when another person breathes in these droplets, they can also become infected. It's a silent, airborne enemy that we're constantly battling. However, not everyone infected with the TB bacteria becomes sick. In fact, many people carry the bacteria in a latent or inactive state, where it causes no harm. But in others, particularly those with weakened immune systems, the bacteria can become active, leading to full-blown tuberculosis. So how do you know if you have contracted tuberculosis? Tuberculosis can be deceptive, often masquerading as a persistent cough or fatigue. This chameleon-like disease presents a range of symptoms that may initially seem benign. A hallmark of tuberculosis is a cough that persists for 3 weeks or more. But it doesn't stop there. Sometimes this cough may even be accompanied by the alarming sign of coughing up blood. Chest pain is another symptom that should not be taken lightly. This discomfort could indicate the disease's progression within the respiratory system. Then, there are more subtle signs like unintentional weight loss, a symptom that may be easily overlooked. Fatigue, fever, night sweats, and chills are also common, usually signaling the body's ongoing battle against the disease. Lastly, tuberculosis often brings about a loss of appetite, contributing further to weight loss. It's crucial to remember these symptoms individually may seem common, but their persistence may point to something more serious. The good news is, tuberculosis is curable and preventable. Conquering this silent killer begins with a simple regimen: antibiotics. A typical treatment involves taking these life-saving drugs for a span of 6 to 9 months, a commitment that requires patience and perseverance. The journey can be long, but the destination is well worth it: a life free from tuberculosis. Now, here's a crucial point to remember. Skipping doses or not taking the medication as directed can lead to antibiotic resistance, which makes the disease harder to treat. It's like giving the bacteria a suit of armor, making it stronger and more resilient. This is why it's so important to follow the treatment plan to the letter. It's not just about taking your medicine. It's about taking it correctly and consistently. It's about not just surviving, but triumphing over tuberculosis. Remember, early detection and following the treatment plan is the key to beating tuberculosis. So, we've uncovered a lot about tuberculosis today, haven't we? This silent killer, often overlooked, is a deadly disease that isn't to be taken lightly. It's caused by a crafty bacterium, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, which is spread through the air. A simple sneeze, a cough, or even a hearty laugh could be enough to pass it on to another person. But tuberculosis isn't a disease that makes its presence known immediately. Its symptoms can be deceptive, masquerading as a common cold or flu. Persistent coughing, weight loss, fatigue, and night sweats are some of the signs that should not be ignored. The good news is, tuberculosis isn't a death sentence. It's curable with a strict medication regimen. It requires patience and persistence, but with the right treatment, one can conquer this disease. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and remember, your health is in your hands.